abandoned by everyone, left to die out in the wilderness, in these woods. My only family, the only ones who accepted me. Since a child, I was raised by turkeys. They call me Turkey Man. What's up? We're in a motel tonight. An inn. At least that's what it calls itself. It's definitely a motel. $60. $60. That's with tax. You gotta put down a $50 deposit. That's actually something I kind of want to talk about. Is always book your hotels online, because like the person in front of me like was checking in, she had to pay $100 for the room, and I only had to pay $60. Yeah, got a room for the night because last night some suspicious activity was going down at my spot. Thankfully I was awake, but I drew it out for you here. What's up? So basically what happened last night, so it's been fucking freezing, right? So I wake up at 3:30. Last night was 3 in the morning, simply from the cold. At least that's what I'm assuming it's from. But when I wake up, it's fucking freezing. And I have 5 layers on. I have like 2 different wool socks on, and then these really thick socks. I'm bundled up, right? My sleeping bag, though, is not a cold weather sleeping bag. But regardless, I'm waking up from the cold. And thankfully I did, because... Okay, here's my spot. This is a commercial building. The building is much bigger than this. It's not the size. What's really... I'm trying to point out is where my little nook that I sleep in. So here's like the main street, really the only street. And then over here, there's another commercial building. This is all parking lot, this is all parking lot, this is all parking lot. And then over here, there's a huge field. And surrounding this entire area is just more commercial buildings. There isn't a house for at least 5 miles. I mean, maybe even more. It's all commercial area over here. So there's no reason anyone should be out and about. And it's not like, you know, restaurants and stuff. It's all just random businesses. This is like they make signs at the spot I'm at. And there's like a couple other places here. But it's all just commercial stuff, right? But I'm right here, right? This is me. Drawing through the camera, so it's a little weird. But I sleep right here. I put my bike right here. Here's my little bike. Yeah. And here's my little backpack, since I'm drawing. Bada bang. My feet do stick out a little bit past this crevice right here, but it's all pretty dark, like from here to here. Except for my feet in the sleeping bag. But anyways, no reason anyone should be out around here at 3:30. Well, come 3:30, I'm up from the cold. Thankfully had enough time to grab my knife. Didn't need it, don't worry, it's not going there. But one guy walks directly past here. And I can see just a sliver, and maybe I'll put a photo up, but I have like this much field of view, you know, Yeah, that's not the best way to draw, but like I can see like that much, right? Just the sliver. But I heard him from a mile away, but he walked right by me and went this way. And at the same time as he walked by, here's he. Another one of somebody else was on a bike going, assuming with him, right? Going this way as well, towards this commercial building. And they both walked this way. There's nothing over here besides a giant field that's fenced off, and then this parking lot just loops all the way back to the street, and then there's bushes and stuff, and this commercial building is all fenced off over here too. So there's no reason to be going here past me unless they saw my bike and wanted to steal it, or some other malicious, nefarious acts. So I didn't really feel comfortable going back there tonight, just in case if they, I'm hopefully all they were trying to do was steal my bike, because that I can live with, and because they just walked off after that. I mean, I started getting ready and I left, and I've been up since then. I usually wake up at like 3 and then pretend to go back to sleep until 5, and then I catch the 5:30 train. It's about 30 minutes away from that area. Not the greatest storyteller, but that is why I'm in this motel tonight. $60. Always book online. You save so much money, and so like $60 for a month. That's about $1,800, which isn't actually that bad in California, believe it or not. $1,800 for a room isn't honestly that bad. But here's the trick. Here, I'll show you. So I don't want to blow up this spot, so I'm gonna cover my thumb. How can I do this? Here we go. Okay, well, you can see $56, right? You gotta Google it though, and you have to. The trick is, you're like, oh, I'll book in advance. I'll book 30 nights in advance, just pay $1,800 up front, and then I got a room for a month. But it's not cheap like that when you book multiple nights in a row. You have to do it just one night after the other. That's because I've done this before back when I was working and I didn't have a place. I stayed at this exact hotel, and the cheapest way to do it is you have to book every night. You can't book multiple nights. You have to book the night of, because that's why it's the cheapest, because they haven't filled the room yet. So this is what I'm assuming, they haven't filled the room yet. So they offer the best prices the night of, which is kind of scary because you're kind of playing it by ear. I guess that's not really the best saying, but you know what I mean. I'm really getting caught up on trying to find a saying for what I'm trying to say. I really just don't want to have to walk back out of the room and restart the whole video. But you get what I'm trying to say. The saying, you can take the lion out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the lion. I just realized that's just a cool way to say that lion has PTSD. It's more like if you take the lion out of the jungle, then he remembers he's like not an animal anymore.
Там были такие тушканчики потрясающие. Мы ехали на всех этих своих машинах небольшими колесами, а во все стороны были тушканчики все эти. Ну там была ужасная история, не пойдем, как это расскажу. Ужасная история, как нас проверяли нас